Don't worry, he says. He's talking to a group of people that are being colonized by the Romans right now. They don't have 7-Eleven around the corner. He says, don't worry about everyday life, whether you have enough food and drink or enough clothes to wear. He said, isn't life more than food and your body more than clothing? Look at the birds. They don't plant or harvest or store food in barns, for your heavenly Father yet feeds them. Aren't you more valuable to him than they are? Those magpies don't have superannuation, folks. They just wake up early in the morning. Sometimes you just got to wake up earlier to get to work. The early bird, you know. He said they don't stress. Magpies aren't looking at each other. Oh, I see that guy, Filipino dude. I think I'm going to peck his head right now. He's running across. They're not stressed and say, where am I going to get the worms from? Where am I going to get those crickets and cockroaches, whatever they eat? He says, God feeds them. You may run over one every now and then. Confession time, I'm sorry. I didn't see it, I promise. He says, aren't you of more value? God feeds the animals. Can all of your worries, he says, here's what Jesus says in verse number 27. Can all of your worries add a single moment to your life? By tossing and turning all night and losing sleep, it's not going to help you. It's not going to add to your life. It's not going to give you more hours. In fact, you'll wake up the next day, you'll be even more tired, and your mind is not clear. Your mind is not sharp. And then he says in verse 28, why worry about your clothing? Look at the lilies of the field and how they grow. They don't work or make their clothing. So, well, listen, you know, he may not give you Prada or Gucci, but there's a salvo store. He said, why are you worrying about some of these basic necessities of life? This is what worries us. Am I going to have enough to eat? Am I going to be able to feed my kids? Are they going to have enough uniform for school? Listen, don't you worry about that. Don't allow fear and anxiety to rob you of your faith, to cause you. That's what Jesus said. Why? Do you think there's no God? Do you think he's left you? Do you think he's forgotten about you? Here's faith. Faith says, no matter what, my God is too good to be unkind. No matter what, God is full of grace and mercy. He wants to bless me much more than I think I deserve.